Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Young here, and today I'm back in a Fortnite video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the best exponential settings to use. When I was looking back through my other exponential settings, there was two specific changes that I wanted to make. These are the two changes I did on linear settings that really were night and day that helped me out so much. So I wanted to make another exponential video and show you guys the two specific changes that I made and show you guys my recommended settings for exponential. So if you guys are looking for some very good exponential settings or to try something new, definitely stay to the end of the video because these settings are very good. And real quick, before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. I give away 2,000 V-Bucks every single Friday. So if you guys want to take part in this giveaway and win some free V-Bucks, all you guys have to do to enter is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys do turn on those post notifications so you guys get notified for every single new video and when I announce the giveaway winners. And lastly, make sure you guys do comment down below either your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account, and you guys will be automatically entered into my next giveaway. So if you want some free V-Bucks, make sure you guys do enter. And also, if you guys like to support me in the item shop, all you guys have to do is go down to the bottom, click on support a creator, type in my code. My creator code is Young Humor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator. And alright guys, let's get right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I want to be showing you guys the best exponential settings to be using. There was two specific changes that I made to my linear settings that made a huge difference on the way I was playing. I was able to win way more gunfights, way more games. I was just overall such a better player on these settings. So these two specific changes I also made to my exponential settings. And I'm also going to show you guys exactly what those settings are. So going into my settings, these are the best exponential settings in my opinion to use. I think these are very good. For me, I've always liked a medium type setting. So going into this settings control auto run, I obviously have it on, but for some reason when I have it off, it still works. But I do have that setting on. Vibration, definitely have this setting off. It makes everything more inconsistent when you have it on. So if you guys don't already have vibration off, make sure you guys do so. So auto run on, vibration off. So going down into my building and editing sensitivity. Now these were the two specific settings that I changed drastically. So my building sensitivity is a 2.1. My editing sensitivity is a 2.4. Now like I said, these are the two specific settings that I changed. Obviously these are pretty high, which I'll get into the exact reasons why. But these are the two settings that I end up bumping up. So I liked a higher building and editing. And then going down into my look horizontal and vertical sensitivity, I have it on a 50%. Now, like I said, this is a good medium sensitivity. This is not too low and not too high, so about 50%. And then going down into my ADS sensitivity, my aim down sights, I have it on a 13% on both, which is still pretty low. I play on a 10 on linear, but with exponential settings, I'm able to play on about a 13. And I feel like my aim is very good on 13%. So these are essentially the settings. Obviously, I'm going to show you guys the bottom settings, but these are the sensitivities that you guys want to use. And for my look damping time, I have that off. It's one of the settings that I mess with a little bit at the beginning, but I really don't have it on too much. Look stick dead zone, I have them both on 10%. You want to have your dead zones as low as possible without having major stick drift, and about 10% works the best for me on my controller. So 10% dead zones, and then foot controller setting, have this setting off. When you have this setting off, it makes everything more responsive, and it improves your accuracy quite a bit. So if you guys don't have this setting off, if you guys have it on, make sure you guys do turn it off. It's way better on off than on. So those are all the sensitivities that I'm currently using that I think are the best for exponential settings. So if you guys like exponential settings, I would recommend giving these settings a try. But I want to explain to you guys why I raised my building and editing sensitivity, and also why I did so on my linear settings. So essentially, there's only like two major reasons, but these two reasons are essential. So the first one, the editing sensitivity, why I play on a higher editing sensitivity than before. When you play on a lower editing sensitivity, it can be very good because you're going to be more accurate with your edits. You're not going to be messing up your edits as much for the most part. But when you play on a very high editing sensitivity, this can be very good because if you're the type of player, especially when you're going against better players, there's going to be a lot of box fights, and playing on a very high editing sensitivity is going to be crucial if you want to get off quick edits very fast, because when you're box fighting, everything's extremely close range, and the closer you are to the build, the more you have to move your analog stick. Meaning if you play on a low editing sensitivity and you want to go for an edit and you mess up, it's going to be very hard to correct your edit, because say you want to go from left to right and you mess up the edit, going from right to left on a lower sensitivity is going to take you longer. So playing on a low sensitivity can be good for accuracy, but as soon as you mess up an edit trying to, if you're getting spammed left and right and you mess up an edit accidentally, it's going to be very, very challenging to get out of that situation. And the reason why I moved up my building sensitivity is because of third partying, and I've gotten third partied so many games in a row to the point where I'm just like, screw it, I'm going to play on a very high building sensitivity, because if you're getting spammed from 2 or 3 different directions, you're going to have to do 180s and 360s very, very quickly if you want to protect all the sides so you don't get shot up and lose all of your HP. So playing on a very high building, you don't have to be that crazy, but playing on a higher building sensitivity for me is a crucial to not getting third party and taking a crazy amount of damage game in and game out. And so for my X and Y sensitivity, the reason why I have it on a 50%, I prefer a medium sensitivity, because on a medium sensitivity, it's not too low to the point where you can't do any flick shots, but it's not too high to the point where it's out of control. So playing on a 50% for me, I think is a very, very good balance. And for my aim down sight sensitivity, on a 13% on linear settings, I played on a 10, but I bumped it up to a 13 because on Exponential, you have far, far more control when it comes to hitting your shots from range, because of the way the input curve is on Exponential as opposed to linear. So 13% I think is very, very good. My aim feels sticky. I feel like I'm hitting way more shots than before. And when it comes to your aim down sight sensitivity, for myself, I do tend to stay on the low end. So some of you guys maybe would like maybe a 10 or even a 9. Some of you guys might even go down to like an 8. But I think 13 is a good balance between long range, mid-range, and close range when it comes to hitting your shots, aim down sights. So that's what I would recommend for that setting. And I know a lot of you guys have asked me about look damping time, like what it does. Basically, look damping time, it almost acts like another dead zone. The best way to really know how it feels is just play without it, or go into creative, build without it, and then put it up to like max, and you guys can see how it feels. Obviously you wouldn't play on max, but you can really get the understanding on how it feels. But it basically feels like an extra dead zone. But for me, I've used to try it out a little bit. I think it can help with aim. So if your aim is really bad, you might want to bump it up a little bit. But for me, I haven't used look damping time in a while, but that's kind of what it does. It kind of feels like an extra dead zone. My dead zones, again, are on 10% on both. You want to play on the lowest dead zones you can without stick drift. And I had a PS4 controller, and on the PS4 controller, for whatever reason, I could play on the minimum dead zones. I could play on a 5% on both, and everything felt super, super responsive. I absolutely loved how it felt. But on my Xbox controller, I have to play on a 10%, which isn't crazy bad, but playing on a 5% on the lowest dead zones definitely was a huge advantage. And the last setting, the foot controller settings, if you guys don't know what this does, when you have it off, it kind of makes your small analog stick movements a little bit more accurate. But when you do turn it on, the problem when you have it on is it makes everything more fluid, but I feel like it adds a little bit of an input delay. So if you want to have the lowest input delay possible, you want to have this setting off, and that's what I've been recommending for at least the past couple months, to have this setting off. I used to like it on. It makes everything feel more linear, but the problem with having it on, I feel like it has more of a delay. So make sure you have that setting off as well. So pretty much those are the recommended settings for Exponential. These settings I think are very, very good, as opposed to my other settings. What I did was I bumped my ADS sensitivity, I bumped it down a little bit, but the main parts were my editing and building sensitivity. I did raise, obviously the settings I have in this video for building and editing might seem a little too high for you guys, but I really do like how these settings came out. I feel like I'm able to build very quickly. As you saw in the beginning, I feel like my aim is very, very good. So these are some very good Exponential settings I would give a try if you guys are looking to change your settings, or if you just want to try something new. I really do recommend these settings. And with that being said, that's wrap it up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys liked it, make sure you guys do hit that like button. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't. Make sure you guys do turn on those post notifications so you guys get notified for every single new video. And as well, I do live stream every single day on this channel at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I basically just play a ton of solos and solo squads, so if you guys want to watch me play and just come by my live streams, make sure you guys do so. Like I said, it's every single day on this channel at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so make sure you guys have notifications on so you guys can see when I'm live. And with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching the video, and alright guys, I'll see you in the next video.